Good afternoon, Senator Langley and Representative Cornfield and my fellow colleagues on this wonderful Education and Cultural Affairs Committee. I'm here to present LD 1336 on behalf of the Department of Education. And allow me to read the summary of this bill. This bill allows the withdrawal committee for a single municipality seeking to withdraw from a regional school unit to request an extension of time to submit an agreement to the Commissioner of Education for a period not to exceed 180 days after the formation of the withdrawal committee. The withdrawal committee, by unanimous vote, may request an extension from the Commissioner beyond 180 days after the formation of the withdrawal committee. It allows the withdrawal committee to petition the Commissioner to order binding mediation between the parties if they fail to enter into an agreement within 180 days after the formation of the withdrawal committee. The agreement reached through mediation must be submitted to the Commissioner for approval. It requires the agreement for the withdrawal of a single municipality from a regional school unit to include a plan for providing child nutrition services in compliance with state and federal laws at schools operated by the withdrawing municipality and an anticipated budget for the schools operated by the withdrawing municipality for the first year of operation.
Thank you, Representative Kessler. There'll be no questions. So I would ask if there was someone from the department that wishes to testify and sort of fulfill the rest of the testimony started by Representative Kessler. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Senator Langley, Representative Cornfield, and members of the Joint Standing Committee on Education and Cultural Affairs. My name is Paula Gravel, and I am here today representing the department, speaking in support of LD 1336, an act to amend the laws governing the process for a single municipality to withdraw from a regional school unit. The bill seeks to amend the current withdrawal law in an effort to improve the withdrawal process for the withdrawing municipality and the voters. LD 1336 provides a mediation solution to those communities who become stymied in the withdrawal agreement negotiation process and places into statutory language timelines for extension requests. Since 2011, 33 municipalities have completed the withdrawal process. Of those 33, 15 completed the withdrawal agreement negotiations within 180 days without the need for mediation. The other 18 municipalities could have finished earlier and saved time and money on the negotiation process if there was an option to request mediation for 180 days. In many cases, the withdrawal negotiations took over a year. One was over 2 years. There are some in the process now that have been negotiating for 1 or 2 years, and one municipality has been in negotiations for almost 3 years. This bill also includes language which will provide additional information to voters in the withdrawing municipality in order to help them make an informed decision on their community's withdrawal and ensure that the necessary resources will be provided for their students. The department also respectfully requests an amendment to LD 1336 to include language requiring that the referendum vote to approve withdrawal must be completed by November 30 of the year prior to the intended July 1 effective operational date for the withdrawn administrative district. This statutory language is necessary to ensure that the withdrawing municipality has adequate time to establish its new infrastructure for the new school year, which begins on July 1. For these reasons, the Department of Education is in support of LD 1336, an act to amend the laws governing the process for a single municipality to withdraw from a regional school unit. I would be happy to answer any questions the committee may have, and I will be available for work sessions on this bill.
Thank you. President Cornfield?
Just explain to me about I have actually two questions. One's about the child nutrition services, and the other one's about, we heard this morning there were 10 extensions that were given in that earlier case, yes. Would that end the multiple extensions?
It would, this would put restrictions on the number of extensions allowed, although it also still allows them to ask for an extension beyond the 180 days or to go towards mediation if they feel that's necessary.
So how far could they go beyond the 180 days?
This doesn't restrict that, but it does have to be, as the statutory language says, it would have to be a unanimous vote of the withdrawal committee and a request to the commissioner.
And the nutrition services?
Right now, there's no requirement in the withdrawal language that has them put into the withdrawal agreement anything regarding the nutrition plan. That has been a problem in the past in a couple of districts where they didn't have a plan set up and didn't realize they needed one. By adding it to this language, that would prevent that from happening in the future.
And Ms. Gravel, do you think it also, by having that in there, it informs those people voting as to what the cost of withdrawal would entail, like both having a budget and how they're going to provide the food services?
Yes, part of my experience in dealing with a lot of these municipalities is that they really didn't have a full understanding of what it would cost to run their own district. So by adding the budget and the nutrition services to the withdrawal agreement, that would give them more information as they go to vote on whether or not the withdrawal truly is going to be what they expect.
Representative Daughtry, do you still have a question? Representative Bradford?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you for your testimony. I feel like I'm in a little bit of a groundhog day, and I'm wondering if you could explain how this bill differs from the amended version of LD 51 that we put through this committee.
My understanding is it does not differ much. There is a little bit more strict language on the 180 days. And to be frank, just in case LD 51 doesn't make it, we wanted to have a backup.
President Farnsworth?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could you differentiate between binding mediation and arbitration? Because my understanding is that mediation is a negotiating process, arbitration is a settlement process.
I'm not really sure I can answer that right now.
I might ask that for the work session that we have some definitions on that, please.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
President McCray?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon. As part of the school district that was considering joining an RSU at their inception 7 years ago, I seem to recall that there were clear guidelines as to how to get out of it if it didn't work for the community.
Right.
Those are still in place.
Yes, they are.
Okay. And part of getting in was that all of the resources of any of the schools that joined the RSU all became sort of literally property of the RSU. And that if they chose to leave, am I remembering it correctly, that they got their property back, or is that where this negotiations is happening?
Yes, that's part of the negotiations. I tend to refer to it similar to marriage. So we can where you come together and roll everything belongs to both of you now. You separate and you determine who's going to get what. Generally, it's not required, but generally the negotiation agreement, if there's a building, a school building in a town that is withdrawing, the agreement most often, I haven't seen one that didn't yet, has that building going with the withdrawing municipality. But that is part of the negotiations.
Quick follow-up, please. Second question, thank you, that's a perfect answer. That's what I thought, I'm glad to be reassured of that. I think the other thing is, would it be the same if a district chose to have the divorce and then not set up a school, but send them to maybe the RSU school and tuition, or surrounding schools at their choice? Would this same thing apply?
The mediation piece?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other questions for Ms. Gravel? Seeing none, thank you very much. So I see some other legislators here. Are there folks on this particular bill, gentlemen, that are in front row? All right, step up.